here, the dread pirate Zippity-Doo-Dad. I'm here at Pirate Days at the Renaissance Fair. I'm not going to talk this way the whole time, I promise. I'm Charlie Shelton, Zippity-Doo-Dad. We're here at the Renaissance Fair, and each weekend has a different theme. This weekend is Pirate Weekend. It looks like the sky's going to open up on us here, so there'll be squalls ahead. I'm going to get rained on. Let's go see all they have to offer. How are you?
I am well. Yourself?
Doing great.
Splendid.
So what brings you to the fair today?
My ship.
I should have known that one. And have you found much plunder here?
I found so much plunder herein that would empty the pockets of all the kings and queens of England.
And isn't that what every privateer is all about? And what more are you looking for to get from here? Are you looking for a crew, or are you just here looking for treasure?
Oh, I'm always looking for a good crew. And we don't. Oh well. Hey.
There we go.
And you wish to come aboard? You're
Absolutely.
Always welcome. Can you tie a knot, sir?
I cannot.
You cannot.
I cannot.
You cannot. Excellent. Well, not knotting is not allowed on my ship.
Then I'm going to be the perfect cabin boy then.
Mayhaps a powder monkey, I think.
That'd be fine too. I don't need all these fingers.
No, nay, not. You need not near no more. You'd have far too many there.
But I do have them all adorned, so I feel like...
Splendid well. We'll take care of that as well.
I'm living the life.
For now.
Here, you know.
And do you follow her around?
Well, I like to visit her when I can. I try not to be too creepy about it. I don't want to follow her everywhere. But when she is celebrating, I love to be right there with her.
Well, so how can you help her with your fairy magic?
Well, she does make benevolent and beautiful wishes, and I try to help her as best I can. I'm not so great with the weather, but I do try my best.
And it's all for the good of the kingdom, right?
Always, all for the good of the kingdom.
What's been your favorite thing you've seen here? What do you want to invite people to come and see?
Well, my favorite thing, I think the food here is delicious. I think the entertainment is top-notch, but I think it's really wonderful to do the thing with the children. And Kids Kingdom is a wonderful place to go with your children to do crafts. And there are shows there, and it's just very fun. And there's also a place for tired parents to rest.
Oh, that's what I need. That's what I need for sure.
Yes, of course.
So the fairy godmother mentioned food, and that's probably my favorite part of the Renaissance Fair, as you may well guess with all the food reviews on this channel. So we are gonna try some food. The Ren Fair has brought me out and set up a selection of them for me, so thank you very much to the Ren Fair for hosting us. I had no idea what I was gonna have, and I've actually never had any of the things that I'm about to try here at the fair. So we're gonna jump in first with the entree. This is the Feast of Fowl. It is a roast quarter duck, cream spinach and wild rice. And you know, when you're at the Ren Fair, like, you want roast meat on a bone of some kind, so like, this is perfect. That's really good. That skin is really crispy and good. If you've never had duck, it's like all dark meat of a chicken or a turkey, but then the dark meat of the duck, the leg, the thigh, are even more rich and some say oily, but I like to think of it as just more flavor. And this is really good. I know I should probably let the juices run everywhere like King Henry or something, but that's gross. That's fantastic. I can't believe I've never had this. As many times as I've been to the Ren Fair, and I've had, steak on a steak and pulled pork and toad in the hole and Scotch eggs, I've never had the roast duck, and I'm now surprised that I never have, because this is fantastic and very thematically pleasing. Well, that's awesome. There's a little bit of this cream sauce on the rice that pairs well with the duck. Like, it's not on the duck because the duck has a crispy skin. It's on the rice, but it does work well with the duck. Let's try this rice with the sauce here. Oh, that's fun. That's very spiced. Not spicy, not hot. But like, interesting selection of spices in there. I can't quite place it. That's really nice. Boy, that cream sauce is just spectacular. That sets everything off. Let's try the creamed spinach as well. Okay, way better than I thought it was going to be. Creamed spinach is like one of those foods that you just instinctively hate from childhood, and you never really give it another thought. But this is actually really good. I don't know if it's because I'm an adult or because, Brussels sprouts have had a resurgence recently, and that was another food I always avoided and I ended up liking. So maybe it is just meant for an adult's palate, but this is really nice. It's creamy and fresh and hearty, and it doesn't have that like stringent spinach flavor that I always disliked. Well, that's really good. I am going to finish the rest of this, but I have a couple more options here. We have some ribbon chips, and these are potato chips loaded with all kinds of toppings, bacon, sour cream, cheese. It's like a loaded baked potato, but as chips. Boy, those chips are good. Those are so good. They're so fresh. Wow. Boy, I'd be happy with just those chips on their own. Like, the extra toppings are nice too, but those potato chips are just really light and fresh. But like, thick enough. You're eating a potato. It's not like a Lay's potato chip where it's like just a thin layer of crumbly salt. Like, this is actually real potato. Yeah. This is a good walking around snack. Like, I think if I'm going to sit down and eat something for real, I'd go with the duck. But if you're just walking around and you want to see more of the booths, or to pair with, any of the myriad bars they have here, this would be a really nice accompaniment to offset the 19 beers I'm going to have today. Those are really nice. So that's a good walking around option. You have a good sit down option. But to be honest, the thing I think I eat the most of when I'm at the Ren Fair is sweets. And surprisingly, I have yet to have one of these. This is a chimney cake. So it's like a twisted pretzel, I guess, or churro. I don't know. It's covered in cinnamon sugar, and they have several different options here at the booth. We're going to take a look at what these look like as they're making them. It's a whole process. They have several different options. There's a smoked sausage. They come with French fries, so you can do savory options. I have a whipped cream and strawberries one, so this is one of the sweeter options. And to finish off the meal, that's what I'm going to go for. So let's try. I don't even know how. I think I'm just going to have to go in. Whoa. So it's like a pretzel? I don't know. That's a unique kind of dough. It's not quite a pretzel. It's not quite a churro. It's not, a cozy cone. It's not a handwich. It's its own thing, but like it's tough enough to stand up to all the toppings. That's really interesting. I can't believe I've never had these before. This would also be a good walking around treat. I've let it sit here for a minute as I'm eating the other things and photographing everything. So I've let it set and the whipped cream is kind of melting. But it's still, if you have it where it's not running all over your hand and you eat it when you get it like a normal person, this would be another good walking around treat to keep you moving throughout the fair. So there's strawberries down in here as well. They were buried under the whipped cream. But it's fresh cut strawberries down inside the chimney of the chimney cake. This is really good. This is now going to be a fair favorite for me. I'm enjoying this a lot. This is, we're at a themed experience in a park, not a theme park, but this is, the churro equivalent. And I guess it was a recipe. Was it a recipe from the time? So this is a historic recipe that's being brought back. And that's probably why it feels so right being in the Ren Fair, is because it was of the day. All right, well, that was fantastic. Thank you so much to the Ren Fair for setting all this up. I really enjoyed everything. Let's keep going. So as we came by to say thank you over at the Chimney Cakes booth, the very kind owner offered us to try the other kind. So there are two kinds of Chimney Cakes batter. I thought it was just what they were filled with and how they were treated, but there's actually a savory batter and a sweet batter. The other one is rolled in cinnamon sugar. This one is rolled in salt. So he gave us the smoked sausage. Comes with a hot pickle and also some of their lovely fries. So those fries look awesome. Let's try this first. So it's interesting because I can taste the similarity, having had the sweet one. I can taste the similarity in the base batter, but then how it's treated with the egg wash and the salt gives it a completely different character. Like, it's still sweet. It's not as sweet as the other one, but like a sweet bread, like an egg bread or a sweet bread. How it's not sugary, but it's just a sweet bread. That's kind of what this is. Again, I'm looking at it, I expect it to be a pretzel, but it's really not. It doesn't have that, like, fermenty, roasty flavor. This is, I dare say, even better than the sweet one. It's cold now. It's cold and rainy. So this is the best thing I've had. It's so warm and so wonderful. Let's try these fries. These fries look amazing. Oh, I can't even tell what's different about them. Like, they're not really heavily fried. They're just kind of baked, I guess. I don't know. But they're soggy, but you're okay with them being soggy, Like, that's the character. It's more like a roast potato than a classic French fry. The fries are fantastic and on point. And as another nice little touch, you get a choice between a hot pepper or a pickle, which is just a nice little touch. Well, thank you very much to the Chimney Cakes booth for taking such good care of us. These are fantastic. This might have been one of my favorite Ren Fair treats that I've ever had. Let's keep moving on.
In this bag, I have 52 monsters from Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. We're going to put these together and see who survives. Hey! 2 households, both alike you're about to see. One of comedy and tragedy, the other of campaigns and skullduggery. All right, let's see who we got. Oh, wonderful. This be Prince Hal. Now, Prospero's staff. So once you can control the weather during your adventure. And I will say that can happen from lightning or storms. They're like, do it right now, please. Yes, we can do that. So, we shall see. Who do we get? Oh, this works for a rainy day. The saddest young maid in all of Shakespeare. She knows a lot about herbs. She can't swim. I present Ophelia! 10 or higher. Then Ophelia is taken with you and nearly forgets Hamlet. If you roll a 9 or lower, she is disgusted that another man would try to come on to her. 10 or higher. What do we do?
19!
That's such a good roll. Ophelia forgets completely about Hamlet and falls in love with Prince Hal. Oh, slide.
Here we go.
Look. Prince Hal, all you have to do is roll higher than 2. Okay, here we go. The final roll. The higher the better. Gathers forth the elements, the staff in hand. There is great thunder. And the storm comes, whipping a tornado in the air as the sunny. Remember, eggs flying. Eggs fly. The tornado rips the slot into pieces. And Prince Hal, you call forth the apothecary on the ground is revived, giving you finally the ultimate hangover cure and saving Ophelia. And you too, sometimes we get the horribly sad ending, but today, the ultimate happy ending. I present Wedded at Last, Ophelia and Prince Hal.
We've had a fantastic time at the Renaissance Pleasure Fair here in Irwindale. We saw Willy Nilly's Dungeons and Shakespeare. We saw the joust. We've eaten just a ton of food. We shopped at a bunch of the merchants. This is one of my favorite events throughout the year. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. This is on now through May 19th. We have 2 more theme weekends. We have Cottagecore and RenCon coming up, but every other weekend is just, normal Ren Fair weekend. So get your costumes ready. Thanks again to Ren Fair for setting all this up for us and welcoming us out to the fair. And thank you for coming along on the ride. We'll see you next time.